What a feeling, now it's time for Christmas.
Welcome back to my 2025 Christmas decorating series. So this is part 5, which will be the living room. So we are here to get it all decked out for Christmas. But of course, before I get started, I have to show you guys the items that I'll be using. Here are all of the items that I have pulled and ready to go. Different shades of reds, burgundies, golds, and greens that I plan to incorporate into this year's decor. So starting off here on the floor, I have these gift boxes that I purchased from Burlington that I'm going to decorate under the tree with. These bowls, you saw me use it on my front porch. I have 4 more left, which I am going to use on my huge bells. I'm going to take these big red bowls off and replace them with the burgundy ones. These bells, they came from Marshall's. I love them so much. These stockings I purchased from Amazon. These ornaments, the gold ones, a variety of Hobby Lobby and TJ Maxx from previous years. This tree skirt came from Burlington. All of these picks and stems came from Hobby Lobby, as well as these. This garland, I'm actually going to cut the rope off and make ornaments out of them by adding in ribbon. These ornaments came from Walmart. These ornaments came from Hobby Lobby. So I have a variety of ribbon. This skinny burgundy one came from Amazon. These 2 came from Michael's. This ribbon came from Walmart last year. It was given to me by a good friend of mine. And then the tree topper came from TJ Maxx this year. So I am so excited about this year's color scheme. I'm not sure that I'll be using everything, but we are going to go with the flow to see how everything comes out. So let's go ahead and get started.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy to the earth.
So I'm going to show you guys how I just did that. So my friend sent me a video from TikTok of a guy that did his ribbon. His tree was so beautiful. Of course, I'm going to link it down in the description box so that you guys can see it and kind of, put your own spin on it if you would like to, kind of like what I did. But he said that he took about 4 to 5 feet of ribbon, which I am going to improvise about this much. Then he said that you go to the middle of that section, which is about right here. Once you get to the middle, you take this part and then you bring it back to that middle where you grabbed it, and you make basically like 2 flaps like this. He said that these 2 sections together, or this section, is going to be about 8 inches, and then that's when you pinch it in the middle. Now, my ribbon is not the same on each side. If your ribbon is the same on each side like his was, this will be easier. But what I have to do with this third little clover piece, as he called it, I have to flip mine inside out like that. Take a piece of floral wire and just twist this together, and I'm just going to wrap that around, and it is in the tree. And then from there, just fluff it out the tree this way. I'm going to create another loop like that.
The Savior reigns. Let men their songs employ, while fields and floods, rocks, hills, and plains repeat the sounding joy. Repeat the sounding joy. Repeat, repeat the sounding joy. Sing joy, sing joy, sing joy. He rules the world with truth and grace, and makes the nation.
So what I am showing you guys here is this berry stem that I broke down into about 7 different stems. So if your store runs out of the Christmas picks for the Christmas trees, check the floral stem section. I picked this up for $6.50, and I was able to break it down to make 7 different stems.
The glories of His righteousness and wonder.
The tree skirt and the gift boxes that you saw earlier in the video, I put them under the tree and I did not like it. So I'm going to use this tree skirt instead, and I purchased this from Ross. It's so pretty and it's nice and thick, and it was only $28.
Of His love and wonders of His love and wonders of His love.
So now we're moving on to the garland that my husband has already draped around our fireplace. So I purchased this garland from Lowe's a couple years ago. It is pre-lit, and it's just one garland. It's not doubled or anything, and you can see how thick it is. So what I'm doing is just taking more of those stems from Hobby Lobby and then just tearing them apart and then adding them to the garland. So to finish up on this side of the living room, I'm just adding the bows to these bells. And then last, I'm going to be adding the stockings by using command hooks. So now I'll be moving to the area over by the TV where I'm going to place this garland that I purchased from Burlington. It was $21.99. And then I also have some gold trees that I'm going to place over here. Also purchased those from Burlington. And then I'm going to be adding in some twinkle lights that I purchased from Target a couple years ago. to the inside of the cabinet, I'm going to add a little decor, starting off with this item that I purchased from Ross a few years ago. I'm also going to be adding in a gold bell that I purchased from Walmart this year. And then the last item that I'll be adding in will be a gold ornament candle that I purchased from Kroger a couple years ago. So moving over to this console table, I'm going to keep the decor simple over here. So I'll be adding in these bells that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to cut the rope off of them and add in some burgundy ribbon that I purchased from Amazon. I'm also going to be adding this book, this Ralph Lauren book that I had no intention on purchasing, but I spotted it at my local Home Goods. So I decided to pick it up because it was just $35 on Amazon. It sold for $60. So that was a really good deal. So after Christmas, I am going to remove the plaid covering off of it. Under the plaid cover, it's a really nice black book. So it's going to be used year round. Aside from that, Ralph Lauren is my husband's favorite clothing designer. He has a lot of Ralph Lauren items. So he was so excited when he saw this book. So welcome back, or welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new here, I forgot to introduce myself to all of my new folks. So my name is T, and the majority of the content that you will see on my channel normally will be cleaning, home decor, cooking, vlogging, shopping hauls, lifestyle, and much more. Just all things home related. So right now I'm in my Christmas decorating series. So after that's over, I'll be back to my normal content. If you have missed any videos from this year's decorating series, make sure that you go back and watch them. I will post the playlist from this year and last year in the description box. The last video that I posted, which was a couple days ago, was on the dining room. So inside of the bigger vase, I'm going to be placing this smaller glass vase. I've also put paper down in the bottom to give the stems a little height. And then the glass vase just kind of controls it, or keep it more stationary without them flopping and falling all over the place. Moving on to the coffee table, I have my gold round tray. And then I'll be placing on top of that my white ribbed vase that I tied some of that burgundy ribbon around. These floral stems came from Amazon. I have 2 burgundy colored reindeer that came from Marshall's. And then the last item that I'm going to add is another one of those ornament candles that came from Kroger. Y'all do not sleep on your grocery stores, especially Kroger, because they have some really nice home decor items. Make sure that you pay attention to their sales after Christmas, especially when they go all the way down to 90%, because that candle ornament, I paid less than $2 for it. On this side table, I'll be placing a green velvet reindeer that I purchased from Target a couple years ago, as well as a snow globe that I purchased from Ross this year. Last but not least, I'll be adding in a throw blanket and some pillows. The throw blanket I purchased from TJ Maxx. These red pillows with the gold detailing I purchased from Home Goods last year after Christmas clearance sale. And then the green pillows are pillow covers that I purchased from Amazon. I've already had the pillows before, I just switched out the covers. So I am in love with the colors that I chose for this year's decor: reds, burgundies, greens, with a touch of gold. All of those colors are classic and can be used year after year, which is what I plan to do. So let's check out the final look of how everything turned out.
What a feeling, now it's time for Christmas. And Christmas is my favorite time of year. It's beginning to look like all my wishes are coming true, that's why I cheer. I've been busy decking the halls, I've been kind to big and small, and now it's time to have a merry holiday. What a feeling when it's time for Christmas. Let's sing a carol and we'll bring it here. I guess that spring and summer, they're all fine, but I've been waiting for the season that's mine. So let it come, yeah, let it come. Snowflakes fall, I can hear the sleigh bells call. They're saying it's time to have a merry holiday. What a feeling, now it's time for Christmas. And Christmas is my favorite time of year. It's beginning to look like all my wishes are coming true, that's why I cheer. I've been busy decking the halls, I've been kind to big and small, and now it's time to have a merry holiday. What a feeling when it's time for Christmas. Let's sing.
So that brings us to the end of my Christmas decorating series for this year. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I also hope that this video especially gave you some ideas of what you may be able to do in your home. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you all in my next video.
Here